Hello everybody on YouTube, this is Super Nintendo, and welcome to my video where I talk about the narrative problems of Dragon Ball GT Season 1. Now, bear with me for a second because I wrote down all my notes on my phone. So, okay. So, for clarification, this is going to be basically like a everything wrong with type video, where I point out everything narratively wrong with GT, as well as point out everything that's good at the end. And basically, this is going to be as objective as possible. No personal feelings are going to play a part in this. Also, if it's something like, it has to be, if it has an explanation that makes enough sense in the show, it's not going to be on here. So, here we go. Dragon Ball GT Season 1 plot holes. The first one is, Dende tells Mr. Popo to see Goku and Oob's injuries when he has the power to heal others. One more thing. I watched this with the Japanese subtitles to be as accurate and fair as possible. The second one is the entire existence of the Black Star Dragon Balls. This is the first big narrative problem in GT. The entire existence of these things, the Black Star Dragon Balls would have given off a signal on the Dragon Radar some point in the past, especially since there are times where they use the radar on Kami's lookout, or the Heavenly Realm, as it's called in the sub. So, they definitely would have been on the radar at some point. Also, the Earth has been destroyed in the Buu Saga, and assuming that this didn't destroy the Black Star Dragon Balls themselves, if they did survive for whatever reason, they would have been scattered across the Milky Way galaxy, if not the whole universe. And, yeah, no, there's no way that they are still on Earth, let alone in the Heavenly Realm. So, that's another bullshit thing. Where is it? Oh yeah, Mr. Popo, the attendant of Dende and Kami, who was around watching and training Kami when he was becoming the Guardian and being trained for it. And presumably was around when the Nameless Namek, who split off and became Kami and Piccolo, he has no fucking idea about the Black Star Dragon Balls. In the dub, there is a line that implies that he knew about them, but he doesn't know about them. Even King Kai doesn't know about these things. He had to do research, which is bullshit because these things have never existed before. And somehow Emperor Pilaf knew about them. And just no. Goku cannot do instant transmission as a child. In the Japanese version, there is no explanation for this. The explanation that we are given is that it just has something to do with the Black Star Dragon Balls. There is nothing implying that it's because he is a child. There is a line in the dub that says it's because he has never done it in his child body, so it might not work. And we see this. So, in the dub, okay, there is a somewhat plausible explanation. But in the sub, there is no such thing. Pan, a super-powered quarter... I should specify that this one and the last one are only small issues, as well as the first one. Pan, a superpowered quarter alien with super strength, durability, and etc., was about to cry because a pop can hit her in the head. Granted, she's 9, but this is still ridiculous. Another small issue. Goku fell off of a building when they were supposed to be using the Buku Jutsu technique, also known as the Dragon Ball flying ability, to ninja their way across building tops. But Goku just fell off for some stupid reason. After this point, it takes some time for them to have another narrative issue. The next one is in the Tsunama, when the Tsunama episode when Trunks is taken to be Tsunama's bride. After Trunks is taken by Tsunama, Goku and Pan tend to track Trunks when they can just sense his energy. They waste time looking for footprints and smelling the ground when they know exactly where he is. And just for clarification, them forgetting they can sense energy is a running gag in GT for some reason. Well, I say gag, but it's actually a plot error, because there are many points in this show where the objective of the show could just be gotten almost immediately had they just remembered to sense energy. Goku, Trunks, and Pan all fail to sense the Para brothers' energy when chasing and hunting down them for the 6-star Black Star Dragon Ball. And on top of that, they realize after the Para brothers give the Black Star Dragon Ball to General Muchi, or Cardinal Muchi, they say, oh, what Giru, why don't or Gil, I guess is his Japanese name. Why don't you fucking track the Dragon Ball? You know, the one thing you are designed to fucking do. And like he can't, because like he already gave it to Cardinal Muchi. Here's another one. Pan gets lost on a desert planet and doesn't know how to get back, even though she can sense energy and should be able to sense the energy of Kakarot or Trunks and know how to get there. What the hell? Like, every single time this happened, by the way, and I was watching it and I was like, you can sense energy, dumbass. It's stated by this is another small issue, by the way. It's stated by Captain of the Sigma Force that Giru was a highly sophisticated dragon radar created by Dr. Mew. But he didn't have the ability to detect Dragon Balls until after he devoured and integrated the Capsule Corp Dragon Radar that Trunks, Goku, and Pan brought with them. So this is more of a kind of what the fuck moment, really. Like maybe his Dragon Ball radar was broke and he adapted it into him. I don't know, but that's headcanon. That's not a problem. This is one that bugs me. It may not bug other people. Goku wears a spacesuit, even though he can breathe in space. And to those who want to tell me he can't breathe in space, fuck you. He did it in the second volume of the manga, and he did it in season 1 of the anime. So, yeah, no, he can breathe in space. Goku, Pan, and Trunks were going to be pulled into a star that has less than 70 times Earth's gravity, despite the fact that Goku and Trunks have both trained in over 100 times Earth's gravity. Goku trained for 100 times Earth's gravity on the way to Planet Namek, and Trunks trained in 450 times Earth's gravity with his father as a child. Now, I can understand Pan a little bit. Maybe she never did gravity training. Okay, fair enough. But Goku and Trunks, no. And like maybe I could kind of understand Goku at least a little bit because, like, maybe his physical strength has diminished because he's a child. They kind of imply that at multiple points, but like when he actually powers up, actually no, not even that, because he's still like roughly he's still like way more powerful than the rest of them. So yeah, no. Okay, this is the second big plot hole error thing in the thing. Baby, who has the memories and abilities of anyone who he assimilates as a parasite, has all the knowledge, but he specifically gets the Great Ape transformation metamorphosis out of Vegeta's memories. They make a point to say this in the sub. He doesn't know that you can get rid of a he doesn't know that you can get rid of a Great Ape by chopping off their tail. Okay. Like, why didn't, like, this is the first narrative problem since episode 2. The first big narrative problem since episode 2, and this is almost to the end of the first season, but this is ridiculous. The Baby would have won if he was actually fucking intelligent. Even if he didn't somehow get the tail thing, he could have just blown up the fucking Earth because he knows that Goku is using the Earth in place of a full moon. Why don't you just blow up the Earth? You clearly don't care about your subjects. Blow up the Earth. Blow up the fucking Earth. That's all you had to do. Okay. So, even though this is the end of season 1, I am going to continue to the end of the Baby Saga, just because the first season ends on the episode where Goku becomes a Great Ape and just goes around smashing everything, and ends with him becoming a Super Saiyan 4. That is the end of season 1. I am going to continue just a little bit, because there's not a whole lot of more narrative issues beyond that. The Earth is still going to be destroyed after the Black Star Dragon Balls were used, even though it stated in episode 2 of season 2 that the Dragon Balls had been returned to Earth, and that the Earth was spared. And it is acknowledged that Baby has used the Black Star Dragon Balls, but there is no line in the Japanese version that it has been almost a year since Baby used the Black Star Dragon Balls. There is a line in the English dub, however, that says that Pan says Baby used the Black Star Dragon Balls, and that was almost a year ago. The dub actually fixes this issue, but the Japanese version, there is no such line. And this is another minor one that I'm going to end on. Goku is able to use Super Saiyan 4 for 2 weeks straight, using instantaneous movement or instant transmission to teleport who knows how many people and animals to planet Tuffle. Even though it only took a few minutes for him to run out of power during his fight with Baby. So, yeah, that's all the issues of Season 1.2, basically. Because the end of the Baby Saga is still part of Season 2. So, just off of Season 1 and a little bit of Season 2, how well does GT Season 1 hold up? Surprisingly well. There's a lot of good shit in here. I love the Black Star Dragon Ball arc, where, Goku, Pan, and Trunks go to all these different planets, because I love seeing what else is out there. I'm so, that's one of the things I was excited to see in Super before I found out that it was a steaming pile of garbage. It's there's all these different universes. God, I can't wait to see what they're like. We barely ever see them. We see, 1 or 2 universes. We see, Planet Sadala for, an episode, maybe 2. We get to see a little bit of Universe 11, where Jiren's from. We get to see for one scene the Ribrian's place, and that's about it. There's no exploration on these other universes. But like we get to spend sizable time on most of these planets. We get to spend a sizable time on most of these planets, and I like that. I like that we get to see what else is out there besides Planet Vegeta, Planet Earth, and Planet Namek, and now New Namek. I like that. People say it's boring, and like, fair enough. Like you can your mileage may vary on this, but like I like that we get to see all these other planets. People love to criticize like, oh, all the Dragon Ball GT characters are weak as shit. Actually, that's not the case. I was paying very special attention to multiple lines, and no, these characters are actually fairly strong. Every character has gotten to a point where they are stronger than Majin Buu. Now, as to what form of Buu they're talking about, that is up for debate, because in the Japanese version, there is no differentiation by name for any of the Majin Buu forms. So maybe they could all be stronger than Fat Buu, or they could all be stronger than Buuhan. But most of the characters are stronger than Buu. Pan is like compared to Trunks. And Trunks in the show may or may not have Super Saiyan 2. There's a point where he turns into a Super Saiyan and there's blue lightning around him, but that could just be an animation error. But Pan is like, Trunks is like, is she stronger than me? The fact that he questions that is interesting. So Pan, and keep in mind, she can't transform and she's 9. That's ridiculous. Goten fights Baby and actually holds his own for quite a while. It's stated in the GT Perfect files that Gohan never stopped his training, and you can tell by the way that he looks that he still has his ultimate form, because his eyes are still fully outlined. He's out of Goku, Gohan, and Goten. Gohan is the only one to have his eyes always outlined, except for one frame in season 2, where he and Goten are looking at Goku like amazed, and like they forgot to fully outline Gohan's eyes. Gohan is able to stack Super Saiyan 1 and 2 onto his mystic form, or ultimate form, and Vegeta was holding his own against Mystic Super Saiyan Gohan and Mystic Super Saiyan Baby Gohan, because when Baby possesses somebody, they become way stronger than they are normally. Like Super Saiyan Baby Vegeta got over 400 times stronger, assuming that he was on Goku's level, like in base form. He got over 400 times stronger just as a Super Saiyan 1. And then he goes Super Saiyan 2 and 3, because like Super Baby 2 is his Super Saiyan 3 form. Like, yeah, no, that is his Super Saiyan 3. And then he goes Golden Great Ape on top of this shit, and becomes as strong, if not even stronger, than Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Like, that is ridiculous. Pan is able to take hits that from Golden Great Ape Baby that should fucking kill her on contact, but she survives this shit. And like, you could say, oh, she's holding back, but Baby has no reason to hold back. He has no reason to. So I'm taking it at face value and saying, oh, she survived a full force hit from Baby Vegeta, because that's ridiculous. Oob is shown to be as strong as Goku's base before Goku became a kid. So base to base, Oob is stronger than Goku throughout all of season 1. And he becomes Majub. It's fucking awesome. Enough talking about that though. There's also the artwork and animation is fairly good. There are a couple of moments where the characters aren't drawn quite right, and like there's a couple of points where Kibito Kai is drawn with just straight up derp face, but it's ridiculous. But for the most part, it's pretty good. It's pretty nice and fluid. There's not a whole lot of reused animation. I will say that episode with the giant space worms, there's a fuck ton of reused animation there. The music, whether you're talking about the English or the Japanese soundtrack, is fairly good. I like the Japanese opening, especially the English version that is sung by Vic Mignogna. I love it, man. That is awesome. And I love how Vegeta is characterized in GT. I know I've said this before, but oh my god, I love Vegeta in GT. He is a natural evolution to what Vegeta was in Dragon Ball Z. At the end of Dragon Ball Z, he renounces his rivalry with Goku. He's like, you are number one, Kakarot. And like he finally has given up his stupid I will be better than Kakarot shit. And basically is like, okay, now he just trains to be better than himself, pretty much. And like now, like he values what his family says. He'll just flaunt that he shaved his mustache, and like it's funny. It's really good moments. It's not just funny. It also shows how much Vegeta has come, how far Vegeta has come as a character. Like he's not like, oh, I'm not a rival to Goku anymore, so I'm a pussy. No, he is still ridiculously powerful, but he has grown as a person. Like he shaved his mustache because of what his daughter thinks of it. He will just take his daughter out to go shopping, which it's a little. Bola is really weirdly drawn in GT because she's supposed to be 8, but she is like drawn like she's a teenager, and she's even written like she's a teenager. So it's a little weird there. Like maybe Vegeta. The only thing I can think of is like a hyperbolic time chamber situation, but the hyperbolic time chamber is busted, and in the GT continuity, it's never stated or implied that they fixed it. So, yeah. What else? Vegeta comes up with the plan to transport the people to planet Safuru or planet Tuffle, and like that is good shit. This is like Vegeta, like when Goten is trying to get these generic bullies, which one of them is voiced by the English dub person who voices Kuwabara in Yu Yu Hakusho, and that's awesome. He's even kind of drawn like Kuwabara. I like to imagine that is Kuwabara before Yu Yu Hakusho. He like Vegeta, like Goten is just trying to reason with him. He's like, hey guys, you're all gonna fucking die. Vegeta's just like, we don't have time for this shit. Load them in the cargo bay. That's great. That is fucking great shit. Yeah, it's just, I love this version of Vegeta. Also, I know a lot of people have a problem with his shorter haircut and like his mustache, but honestly, I like him with the shorter haircut. It's easier to take him seriously when you're not thinking about how his hair is like this fucking tall. And it's like, why does nobody point out how stupid he looks? Like Goku's is kind of stupid too, but I don't know. It's a little easier to take Goku seriously with his haircut than it is with Vegeta's. So it kind of looks like I like to imagine that Bulma cut his hair in his sleep. Like that's what I like to imagine that's what happened. Or maybe it was Bola. Maybe that's what it was. But yeah, that's my thoughts on GT so far. Join me next time for the rest of GT, including the movie. And yeah, GT so far, with just season 1, is a lot better than most people give it credit for. I think that most people hate on it because Goku is a kid and it's not written by Toriyama. I plan on having a civil, as much as a civil conversation as I can, with one of my friends who actually doesn't like GT, to have like a debate whether or not how good GT actually is. So yeah, that has been Super Nintendo's talk about GT, and I will see you guys next time for the rest of the show. Bye. And I bet my tongue. Ow. Ow.